All right, did we have any other add-on matters that?
Yeah, the fifth item that you wanted added on there was the sewer user fee discussion.
Okay. I guess, do we want to have?
I can cover it a little.
Cover it? Okay.
Sure. Sometime, I guess, maybe a month and a half ago or so, we got into a quick, I guess, electronic discussion on the user fee for the sewer use calculation, which the bills go out once a year. Our tax collector generally has that information at the end of March, utilizes the New Jersey American Water Billing System to figure out the user rates, I should say, to bill the user fees for sewer collections. I have provided you just a graphing of the number of users in that area. The rates range from anywhere right now in 2006 to $249 all the way up to $800, and well, I should say a little further than that, the $829. And with the majority of the residential users being in the smallest range of $249. And I'll outline, basically, we anticipate a collection rate of 1.158 million. And I guess in the at the finance meeting, we got into a discussion of percentages and looked at, at a figure of 1.3 million. So I kind of back-ended into that to figure out what those users would be paying if, in fact, it was increased to a fee of $1.3 million as a revenue, which would basically end up being about a 15% jump in those categories, in the respective categories. I guess the mayor and I got into a discussion the other day concerning the actual cost of running the sewer plant, and what we do charge and what we don't charge against the user per se. And basically what you have on the following page is what we do charge. We charge the salary and wage of the wastewater department, the operating cost, the insurance cost, the Social Security, pension, and health care benefits, a portion of the tax collector's salary, a small portion of it, and a small portion of the plumbing official's salary. Historically, we do not charge any legal or any actions that we may have, and we do not charge debt service or any other administrative cost on top of that. And that's usually the way we figure out we figure out what it costs us to run the plant, and then we kind of back end into it what we need to accept from the user. Did you need another one? Oh, I'm sorry. Do you share?
Are these extra copies for the public?
I do have copies here. I mean,
Oh, packet.
No, it's the same. It's just easier to look at this and that. Guess I could do this. This is updated, yeah.
It's over here.
There you go.
So,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Kevin, where is the portion of the tax collector salary represented on this spreadsheet? Where can I look at
it's
that?
$10,000.
Salary and wage on the left, Jerry.
It's on the second page. I'm sorry, yeah, $10,485, and I believe it's
And that's for collection of the sewer use fee
that and the billing.
and billing?
And I believe that's the number, and the way that number comes about, I believe it's I believe it's 1/6 of her salary, if I'm not mistaken. It's whatever it is. It's been the same every year since they've been using this formula.
That $90,000 figure coming, is that for sludge removal?
No, No, that's not. That's litigation. That was the case that we hired John Hall
Right.
to defend us on.
That's the,
Yeah.
okay.
That's been
The
in
DEP appeal.
just
Yeah,
a DEP
yeah.
matter.
Now, this 1.266 million, obviously, that's greater than what we're collecting now. But that, and you said it also does not include any of the
Debt service.
debt service that we presently have.
It
What
does
is-
not, it does not include debt service.
Just for purposes of information to the public, what is the debt service, annual debt service that we're paying for the sewer system?
I can look that up, but it's a little tough, only because the general obligation bonds that, for instance, if we bought equipment for the sewage department, it came out of a general capital obligation bond. The ones that are easy to spell out are like the wastewater loans, when the township borrowed money or when the township bonded for money through the wastewater infrastructure. I think, you can correct me, 800,000 maybe it
I
was?
think it was a little over 800,000.
Yeah. So
So,
those are easier to kind of define than the general obligation at this point.
so it's not just the 1.266, it's the 800,000 in debt service, plus the costs of these other items that we buy for the sewer system that were,
Pump stations and.
that's right, for the
So, I
pump
mean, if-
stations, for the treatment plant, the equipment that we buy for them, that is not covered by the user fees at this point in time.
That's correct, Mayor. If it was a true utility, you would see that in there.
Right.
Or if it was an MUA, they would do their own bonding. You know?
Yeah, if it was, in Warren, they have a separate authority, and everything is captured under their, the books of the authority, so to speak.
But you could do that with a utility too and not have a separate body.
Right.
So again, I guess, just to repeat myself, because now that I guess the public was at disadvantage, they didn't have the numbers in front of them. But the first page is basically, I used the current number of users in each category and carried them out for 2006, and that's what your collection was, 1.158, or thereabouts. And then using a figure of 1.3, I kind of backed into, okay, what would the percentage be if it was at 1.3?
So even if we were to go to the 1.3, we'd still be nowhere near what we're actually spending on the sewer system.
You'd be correct.
Now, if I remember correctly, the first of those notes, the loans that we have for the wastewater plant expire in 2009, right? Is that right?
That's right.
So in 2009, I think it was like 350,000, something like that. So beginning in 2009, you know, the figures are going to start coming closer together, what we're actually spending on the sewer and what, but we do have other,
I was assuming there's no future debt on it either.
well, that's right. Right now, we don't have any additional debt but we all know that we certainly have to have additional debt for the sewer plant. And we'll hear more about that on the 7th, when the Sewer Advisory Committee reports. But I could tell you now that based on those few meetings we've had, I think we've had 4 meetings, that we're looking at some serious repairs to the, certainly to the sewer pipes, since, you know, a large part of the problem seems to be the infiltration and inflow. But then I know, and maybe we could have Mario talk to, well, I guess we're not going to have Justin talk about it next time, the necessary equipment that they're projecting for the wastewater plant. This year alone, they're looking at $1.7 million in upgrades to the pump station, et cetera, et cetera. So we're looking at a hefty increase in that, and we have to make up for those costs. Any questions from anybody?
And just the consideration for those individuals who are not on, who are getting charged by the sewer and are not on the, you know, they're gonna get the increased rate, but they don't even have the sewer connecting.
Well, yeah, that's part of the problem here, is that, you know, we need to capture all the costs of the sewer plant from the people who are using it. And that's one of my primary concerns, because we have 13% of households, my understanding is 13% of the households that don't have sewer, that right now, you know, are helping fund the sewer system because of the way we have it structured. And so we need to work the figure so that we're gradually moving towards capturing all that through the sewer user fees, the way every other township does,